What's up, everyone? Whoa, I almost just fell there. Today, I'm here to talk to you about my two favorite power stations for living full-time off the grid. The Maxoak 2000. Ooh, yeah, she's sweet, huh? And the Maxoak 500 watt. Now, you may have remember I did a video on a power station by Maxoak that's in between these two. So in this video, I'm gonna explain to you why I think having two power stations is a great idea for living full-time off the grid. Also, make sure you watch to the end of the video where I'll tell you how you can save $150 on this power station and $350 savings on this big old 2400 watt hour. So stay tuned, I'll tell you all the details in the end. And I'll just talk about some details and show you the stuff and show you me using it, just kind of like most videos. So if you enjoyed my intro, hit the like and I think you'll like the rest of the video. We'll see you soon. You. Alright, so like I said, this is the 2000, this is the 500. This guy right here is the 150. This is the one we tested originally. Now you can see the 2000 is the exact same layout, it's just a little bit longer. Same handles, same cases, just a little bit longer on the 2000 and of course a little bit heavier. But before we get too far in the video, make sure you're subscribed to the Down to Mob channel so you don't miss any future videos. So the 150 power station is what I first started with, like I said. I've used this thing for a couple months powering the A-Liner camper trailer and I've been super impressed with its capacity. So when Maxoak asked me to test the 2000 and the 500, it was kind of a no-brainer. I knew the 2000 was just going to be higher capacity, allow me to go off-grid for longer, and I've been super impressed with it. I took these two power stations out camping with my mom, which I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on. We had a blast, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy seeing how my mom and I kind of interact. And so I'm really excited about that. So that'll be a full video to come. Today I'll just show you some clips from our camping trip and how we use these power stations to live off the grid for a couple days. Oh hey guys, well I'm out camping with my mom. Hairdo looks great. And we've had this angle fridge on now for, this is the third day. Yeah, 72 hours this thing's been on. And guess what? It shows no indication of dying. Now this is the one weird thing with this unit is it gives you the battery level in 20% chunks, which is kind of interesting. So it still says it's full. We've been charging phones and cameras off this thing as well, and I'm just blown away. It's amazing. So we're gonna keep the fridge on when we go home and see how long it lasts. It's probably gonna last like 2 weeks with no charge running this fridge. It's insane. We'll keep you posted. All right, so we got an inflatable air mattress to fill up. Thankfully, we got the Maxoak 500 watt. The 2400 watt is powering the angle fridge right now, and we could easily use that to fill up the airbed, but this little thing's nice and light and portable, so it's really nice to have both. So let's head in the shift pod and fill her up. The Arrow bed. So yeah, this little guy, we'll just turn it on. We're gonna run the AC inverter here. We'll see how many watts she's drawing. So wow, we're drawing 93 watts, more than I expected. But we're only gonna have to run this thing for a couple minutes, still 100% battery it looks like. Alright, looks about good to me.
Hey honey, I'm just charging my phone now, so I don't have a lot of battery. But I thought
Charging your phone off the Maxoak 500 watt power station. Seriously though, it's cool to have the little power station here. Coda thinks it's even comfy. It's kind of like got some rubbery edges, and yeah, she doesn't mind laying her head on it, do you, Codes? Love these power stations, and yeah, it's raining. You couldn't imagine. It was really raining. All right, it just rained.
A lot.
This fire, everything's so wet. We're gonna see if the Maxoak 500 paired with this fan that I've never used. How do we turn on? There we go. We'll get this fire going.
Who needs bellows when you have the Maxoak 500?
Maxoak. Oh, would you look at that? We got some flame in there. This actually might be a lifesaver right now. Look at that. It's getting the flame right at our good piece of wood. One of the biggest uses for this unit while we were out camping was to power a 12-volt fan to blow the heat around from the heater buddy. Just helped air circulate a little bit better, helped things vent, and obviously helped blow that heat around. So that was really nice. I love these handles on it as well. They're just nice and handy because they obviously fold down and just out of the way. You could stack something straight on top of this if you wanted and still have access to your interface in the front. And then, you know, of course with these, you can hang it on stuff and trees and wherever you like. One unique thing about this power station is it has a light on the back of it. I've seen flashlights on a lot of the Jackery units and things like that, but to be honest, those lights were a little bit chintzy. This is more of an area light, if you will, and it has a really cool function. It's got an SOS function. So if in a worst case scenario, you know, you were out, you had a solar panel, you had power and all this, but you were lost or you were hurt or something like that, you could flip this thing upside down and you could run this SOS function pointing straight up. I mean, if that's all you were running off it in an emergency, this thing would last like a month, I bet. I mean, that's just a total guess, but that light can't draw that much power. So I really like that. It makes me feel safe. I really like the SOS function. So overall, I think they killed it on the handle design. I think my only complaint with this unit is just like with the Bluetti units, just like with the larger units, that, you know, in order to check the battery life, you just are given these bars here. I would really like to see that there's 86% battery rather than 80 or 62 or whatever. But that's just a minor thing. I don't think it really has ever been a true downfall or really ever affected me. It's just a mental thing. I really just like to know exactly how much power is left, and you can't really do that with these. But that's my only thing. Seriously, you guys, I'm trying to think of some reasons why these aren't ideal power stations, and that's my only reason I can come up with. Is if you want to know the exact percentage, I'm sure there's still a way to do that, to plug in and test the percentage of the battery, but those are the only downfalls. How this thing is shaped as well is super convenient. It's got the plugs on the back here, which I wish everything was on one side, I'll admit, but I get why it's not. But I love how everything's on the front here and it's long. I feel like this design complements fridges very well. This fits right beside my fridge. It's almost even as long as the fridge. You can see the interface from the side. It's just amazing. Okay, so in order to get your super sweet deals on these and save 150 bucks on this guy, 350 on this guy, you're gonna use code MAXOAK100. If you want the Bluetti 150, the 1500 watt station, that code is all lowercase, Bluetti 1500. I'll have all this details in the description below, so if you just want to copy and paste them, check them out there. Of course, like I said, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We've got an epic year coming, building this Jeep Gladiator up into a home on wheels, lift coming soon, full build series on this rig. Tons of my adventures living full-time in my truck camper from last year, so be sure to check out those, and lots of videos from the A-Liner camper trailer. This is just an amazing life. I'm glad to have you along for the ride of these overland journeys. But comment below and let me know what you think. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to turn that thumbs up blue. The only question I have is, are you down to mob?